Alright, we're back at this again. I'm God Blessed of the Script Flip Network, here currently on YouTube. Alright, so what we're talking about today, of course, is the Prince Originals album. This isn't it, but it's coming. It's coming in the mail. Trust, I could talk some stuff about this record because I bought it. But right now, it's available on Tidal. Get your free 30-day trial, and then just cut it. Get rid of it once you've listened to the Piano and a Microphone record and the Prince Originals album. So I'm not gonna go crazy into what this is, because we already know what it is. If you're watching this, if you don't know, it's a here we go. It's a album of songs that Prince wrote, right? And many of them were specifically given to other acts, such as The Time, such as Sheila E., such as Maserati, right? Okay, so what I want to get into is a little bit of my first impressions about the record. First off, You're My Love is the dopest track I've heard in a long time from Prince. I think the coolest thing I heard as far as leaks have gone in a while has been like when Screams of Passion, the demo, came out, which, getting into the other half of what this video is Screams of Passion should have been on this record. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that should have been on it that didn't make it. You know, there's a few things. There's stuff for the family on there, like Nothing Compares to You is on there. Nothing Compares to You, right? So basically, that track, I mean, I don't know if I want to go track for track. I just want to be like complaining in this video about like what's missing, because I never liked Nothing Compares to You. To have a version that he did is dope, but like, it's kind of like when he says in the lyrics, like, you know, like, I can do whatever I want, you know what I mean, now that you're gone. That's what happened when he died. Like, people just started ransacking the vault and like just going crazy with the bootlegs. The Blast from the Past stuff was like, it was like everything's just like, YouTube got flooded with the demos. Stuff that was hard to find became common, and I just think it's kind of weird that we get like a little bit here and there, considering that like the people who are really into this have a lot of stuff, you know. Speaking of, there's a song on there, 100 Miles Per Hour. It's 100 Miles Per Hour is a dope track, but the version on this CD is weird. There's something funny with it where it sounds like it's got like rehearsal vocals in it or something. Like, there's a lot of sibilance. It sounds like they're doing a playback tape and they're learning it for the like, I know it was given to Maserati, but it sounds like maybe they were working on it for that family record. Speaking of the family, Misunderstood would be a dope track to hear from Prince. Speaking of songs that he gave to ladies, one of my favorite tracks, when I saw the track listing, when I was like, oh, they're gonna drop this record, sure, whatever, Makeup. That track is so crazy, and I could not wait to hear that I had to buy the record. Aside from that, my very first impression of the track listing, I was thinking, I gotta hear Jungle Love, which it's dope. It is dope to have it, and there's a few other songs that are like, they're there, but it's not the whole thing. Like, I think Dear Michelangelo, I think a demo of that leaked not too long ago, back in a time which wasn't now but before. Previously, I have heard a longer version of that, and you know, oh, that's the same shit. What's the other one? The Sheila E. record. The Sheila E. record. So this is where I'm gonna have to like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go to the track listing. There was another Sheila E. record, not the Holly Rock record, but Holly Rock was so dope. That blew my mind. Like, I was not ready for that. But I'm telling you, You're My Love is like the dopest Prince song I can think of off the top of my head right now. Like, that shit blew my mind. Like, he sings it in a low register, which he rarely did back then at that time. And I think he said in an interview that it hurts his voice, his throat hurts or whatever. So like that's why he sings in a higher register. And that's my idea when I was thinking of any reference tracks, was that he would always be singing it like a lady. You know what I mean? Like how he does on like Rave Into the Joy Fantastic on a lot of stuff, I really dug the Neon Rendezvous. That was another one. That was another Sheila E. track. There's something else too, I think. But yeah, there's like longer versions of songs, or there's versions on this record that aren't the version. Like, I wanted to hear Wouldn't You Love to Love Me, right? I was so psyched to hear that. And then they played a version by the Rebels, which it's cool to hear it, yeah, but that's not the definitive version. I think my favorite version is that home demo. Sorry, Warner Brothers, if you don't have the rights to the stuff that he made in his house. But it's just an acoustic version with him, and I'm not going to say the name of the singer because he worked with a bunch of singers early on. But it was dope. Like, I think it was the same chick that he did Nightingale with. It's from the same tape. Look that up. Early stuff. But there's a version from like Martika, I think. Not Loved I Will Be Done, but there's a Wouldn't You Love to Love Me from Taja Seville, right? Or something like that. Does that make sense? Is that who that is? But there's a demo of Prince doing the version that you know. I'll tell you this much. The Martika record, we're getting into the Prince theology stuff, you know what I mean? The theology of the love symbol, right? Where he's trying to do hymnals, he's trying to do some gospel records, but in secret, you know what I mean? It's a very Prince record, and I feel like, again, I've heard Prince vocals of that, and if I hadn't, maybe the song just felt like a song of his, but I feel like I've heard work with him on it. As well as, while we're on the subject of that era, I want to say something about George Michael, Until the End of Time. Is that, or is that not a Prince song? Is that a ripoff of Prince? Is it just a coincidence? Because the song doesn't feel like anything Wham ever did, and it doesn't feel like anything anyone else would have given the guy. Anyways, on to my next point. There's some stuff missing. If we were to do an originals record, like, my first thought was like, oh, well, you got to put songs like The Line on there. But The Line never was given to somebody. That's just a dope track that they made. But before Warner Brothers, you guys are hearing me right now, WB, before you make another bootleg Prince release, put the original version of The Line with Bonnie Boyer on it, not the one with like the Revolution version or whatever. Don't do that. Stop doing this. And this is okay, my bitch about the record is that there's songs on this album that are not definitive mixes. They might have even pulled up the masters and they're trying to float faders and they're like, yeah, that's it, right? No, you made a bad mix. The songs aren't done. You I don't know how to explain it. There's some songs on there that like severely need input from like Susan Rogers and stuff like that. Anyhow, here's songs that should have been on the record. Like I said, The Bird. Yeah, The Bird. Is there a version of The Bird we can listen to with Prince on it? I heard a demo of the original song of the Bird, not the live version, and it's so fresh. Give us that if you don't have anything else. But check this shit out. I want The Walk. You know what I'm saying? Give me The Walk. I'll be a happy camper. Now we're talking about not 3-6 Mafia, not the 666 Posse. No, we're talking about Apollonia 6. We're talking about Vanity 6. 2 times 3 equals 6. Nasty Girl. Where is Nasty Girl? You gave us Makeup. Why'd you give us Makeup? I mean, okay. What about like something like, you know, I don't know. What else was on that record? There was some really cool stuff. If a Girl Answers, Don't Hang Up. There's like Dear Mr. Christian. I'm trying to think. There's just weird stuff that I want to hear the original track. I want to hear the tracking vocals. I want to hear that stuff. But what else do we have from Prince that were mystery gifts? Were there songs, like let's say he sent something to Michael Jackson or something, you know what I mean? Sent something to Madonna and they nixed it. They said no to it. I want to hear some songs that he sent to people and they passed on that never saw the light of day. No one has a tape of it. I want something like that. Hook us up, if you will. Oh yeah, Desire, the family. Put Desire on there. Feline. You put the rap from Holly Rock on there, but Feline is way better than Holly Rock. Holly Rock is fresh, but Feline is so dope. Give us the Prince version of High Fashion. And I know that some of these tracks that were for the family, they weren't definitive recordings. They weren't the right mixes. They sound like rehearsal versions that became the stuff from the family. But let us get the clean stuff. Also, you got Jill Jones songs missing off there. You gave us Baby You're a Trip. That song is okay. That's cool and all. But what about All Day, All Night? Huh? You didn't put that on there? You dropped the ball, WB. You didn't put Boom Boom on there. You didn't give us the Sheila E. song Cuckoo? Is that a song that Prince made, or is it just a Sheila E. song? That's a fresh beat. Also, on left field tip, what about Carmen Electra? Carmen on Top, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of records where her rapping crazy, fast, like